left. Turn right. Turn right. Turn right. Turn right. Turn left. Turn left. Then turn right. Turn left. Turn left. Turn left. Then turn right. Turn left. Then turn right. Turn left. Then turn right. Turn left. Turn left. Turn left. Turn left. You have arrived. Turn right, then turn left. Turn right, then turn left.
because this is the Final Fantasy I have picked up and put down more than any other game in the series I have played across the 2 decades. That sounds strange for me, yeah? It's the next Final Fantasy after the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy VII, a game I hold near and dear to my heart as both a fan of RPGs and a fan of Final Fantasy. The game that propelled Square to new heights and success. You tune into a TV more in the late 90s, you saw commercials all over the place for this game. And this was it. This was the next big thing from Squaresoft. It's got combat, explosions, dancing, and most of all, a love story. Hell yeah, I couldn't wait. And it just so happens that great friend Musashi has a demo for it too. Ooh, even Pizza Hut getting in on the demo action. I wonder if they still sell the New York branch. You don't understand, I don't really care. Pizza Hut is bit of shit anyway. I only speak on the heart. So Square went right to work on Final Fantasy VIII during the English localization of Final Fantasy VII. And all the major figureheads were back on the saddle after little to no time. Yoshinori Kitase was back as director, Hironobu Sakaguchi once again executive producer, although around this time he was more occupied with bringing Final Fantasy the spirits within for theaters. Hiroyuki Ito, creator of the active time battle system before and co-director of 6, was back to help build the battle system for this game. And Kazushige Nojima, event planner for 7, was back as a scenario writer for this game. Final Fantasy VII, to reiterate, was a huge deal worldwide, and with this upcoming title being the first Final Fantasy to be released in a post-7 climate, of course the plan was to make this next game larger than life. It was scored this for PlayStation 1, commercials were everywhere, products were everywhere. Final Fantasy was now an event. Square was more confident than ever that this was a blockbuster franchise. Shit, you can see that newfound confidence as soon as the opening FMV. The more realistic graphics just slam you in the face. The animations are more grounded. Oh my god, the music is so dramatic and theatrical. It's right out of a soap opera. The movie Matsu really struck gold with 7's soundtrack, particularly with One Winged Angel, Sephiroth's final theme. So for Final Fantasy VIII, I think he tried to capture lightning in a bottle twice. He made Liberi Fatale, which kind of tries to do the One Winged Angel thing again, but if you ask me, it doesn't hit the same chords, and I don't find it nearly as memorable or striking. However, we also just straight up have a vocal theme in this game, the first Final Fantasy to have one, if I'm not mistaken, and that's Eyes on Me. And that I do enjoy, but I'll get more into that when I talk about the soundtrack proper. Either way, Final Fantasy VIII proved to be another smash hit for Square. Hell, until Final Fantasy XIII for the PS3, this was the fastest selling game in the series. Likely because a lot of newcomers that started with 7 were excited for the next entry, and were probably disappointed when they discovered that it wasn't a direct sequel to 7, with Dai saying, "Hey, welcome to Final Fantasy." Indeed, while critically Final Fantasy VIII was very well received, fan reception to VIII wasn't as strong. But a lot of folks don't avoid it from what I can tell. They just didn't like it as much as 7. To continue where I was getting at in the Great Fence of Musashi video, but by the way, thank you guys for letting me indulge in that. I wanted to cover that game for years, and I figured looking at it before tackling this game was appropriate. I've heard from a few of you that you picked it up and found some enjoyment in it, and that right there, that's the point of this channel, besides making money. Oh boy! If you recall, I said the demo of Final Fantasy VIII didn't convince me, and that would cause me to skip it when it was originally released, but I couldn't exactly recall why, so to get some clarity, I loaded up that old demo before playing the actual game for this video, just to see if I could jog my memory, and holy shit, it all came flooding back to me. This demo was awful. It's placed during the fight in Gauntlet, where you had to get to the communication tower. But I remember getting bored because of all the downtime between battles as you and the others were simply waiting for something to happen. You couldn't access the menu, so healing and such had to be done mid-battle. There was a limit to the number of spells you had, and if you wanted more, you had to use this draw command to suck the spells out of enemies. You could summon Leviathan, but there was charge time. Not to mention, holy fuck, the wombo combo of the Biggs and Wedge fight, the demon dude that immediately spawns afterwards that has too much damn HP, and then there's the fucking spider robot chase. This demo was exhausting, giving me the completely wrong idea of what Final Fantasy VIII was going to be in hindsight. So yeah, I skipped it initially until a few years later, sometime during high school, I finally tried the full release. Around this time, I already sank my teeth into Final Fantasy IX, which I loved, and the latest game, Final Fantasy X, the first PS2 entry, was already out, which I also enjoyed immensely. I figured it was only right that I go back to the one I skipped, but the fucking thing just wasn't clicking with it. It felt slow, it felt weird. Where was the AP? Could I only get new spells by using these draw points or by drawing them from enemies? Where was the equipment? What the hell was junctioning? Why was I getting money just by walking around? And for years, I would try and go back to see if there was something I was missing, and clearly there was, but every time it ended the same. I would not get what the game was asking for me, and eventually I would just get bored and move on or replay another Final Fantasy that I know I would enjoy. And it was those memories I was holding on to as I got ready to bunker down and actually play the game to completion this time. And not just because I was making a video for it, but also because, who knows, it might be different this time. The last time I genuinely tried to play this game was over 15 years ago, and I'd like to think my taste has greatly expanded since then, but the fact that one of my favorite games of all time is an MMO, I think is testament to that. I'm older, I'm more mature.
Turn right. Turn left. Turn right. Crown wishes to inform you that a new bulletin is incoming.
It has a dynamic difficulty, so you might be asking, well, wait, and what exactly is the point of fighting monsters if they're just gonna get stronger?
The Solar Crown has just imported a new category of cars from all over the world, supercars. A supercar with such a status is a significant investment, so the Solar Crown is offering you a bonus to help you with your purchase. Go on, treat yourself.
Instead, spells in this game are quantifiable items.
From the Cyberport...
You can locate one of the many draw points placed in
These
different parts of
races are
town.
yours before you head over there. You should
And
buy
stop
a new
the spells
car
with
from a
select
dealership.
character. Or you can use the draw command and siphon spells from enemies. You can either cast a magic then and there, or you can stock it and save it for later. But magic is also how you increase your substats in this game, made possible by the junction system. Now this is where Guardian Forces come into play, or GFs is on how I refer to them as. As I said before, these are your standard Final Fantasy summons, and there's a whole bunch of them to collect, from the classic fiery Ifrit, the coalesce Ice Shiva, the water noodle Leviathan, and the boss is fuck Bahamut, to some of the more unique and outlandish creatures like the Minotaur Brothers or the Gravity Master Diablo, so you can smack enemies to the fucking train. And standalone, these guys don't do much other than hitting everyone with a flashy attack, same as it ever was. But
I made a
also
dream.
allows
Yeah.
you to junction the magic stuff they have in your inventory into substats. I'm talking HP, your strength, physical defense, magical defense, speed, hit ratio, luck, all that shit. Even elemental properties and status effects to give you abilities to certain debuffs, or giving your attacks an elemental edge for extra damage. When you have one equipped, GFs earn experience like you do. Leveling up makes them stronger, but the real purpose of equipping them is unlocking more of their innate abilities to potentially learn, which you get by accumulating ability points that's earned through battles. Abilities can range from a basic increase in substats, or allowing you to equip more abilities to really get the numbers going. Like there's a couple of GFs items you can get to your GF, and they give you shit like ability times 4, and I tell you, that just makes me moist. But some abilities could be something unique to that specific GF, like Diablos' Encounter Nut, which turns off random battles, or the Tomberry's Call Shop, which allows you to buy items from any of the game's stores, just from the menu, no matter where you're at. Really nifty, that ability. I definitely got my use out of that one, especially with this. The most common perk is the ability to junction magic to certain stats, and this is what really bread and butter to increasing everyone's strength, magic power, and durability. The more of a particular magic spell you have stocked, the larger the stat bonus will be when you junction it to that stat. And the stronger the spell, the stronger the junction stat. At first, you might be junctioning something like water to your strength to hit a little harder, but later you'll be replacing with stuff like tornado or flare because they're stronger magic, and stronger magic means stronger games. Okay, junctioning is simple enough, and honestly, giving us so much control over all these substats is quite liberating, if a little overwhelming, and sure enough, when I first played this game, it was overwhelming. This was a little more intimidating than the materia system had set. That game gave you so many possible combinations to do some pretty crazy shit. But characters in that game still lean towards specific roles because of their inherent substats. But Final Fantasy VIII was giving me direct control of that, so God, who do I make do what? It was a little much to process. But the thing that was really killing me was gathering spells to properly junction into my stats in the first place. Draw points only give you so many spells at a given time, and even then it's just one type of spell. These weren't things you learned. They weren't something you bought in shops. No, if I didn't get them from draw points, I figured, oh shit, that means I gotta draw them from enemies. And this is what my first few attempts at this game looked like. But was this really the only way I could get magic in this game? And I needed that magic to make my stats worth a thing? Fuck that. No thanks. And that was always my go-to critique of Final Fantasy VIII growing up. It was a tedious bore. But then, years later, I learned the key to making it all superfluous was the card game that Final Fantasy VIII introduces, Triple Triad. I'm not going to go too into it, but Triple Triad's a card game you can play with other NPCs. And you can challenge opponents at the most inappropriate times, too. Ultimation's about to initiate Lunar Cry, that'd be fun. Let's play some tough cards. I didn't think much of this about when I first played this, so I just thought, oh, this is the game's Tetra Master. And I didn't really think much of that game, but I'll save that for the 9th video. But just as a heads up, Triple Triad is much better than Tetra Master, but originally I didn't really see the appeal other than just adding cards to my collection. But then I learned that one of the first GFs you get collects a cool. And I'm serious, all you gotta do is check your school desk in the opening minutes of the game, and the Thunderbird snaky thing is yours. But one of the first abilities you can have them learn is Card Mod, which allows you to convert your triple triad cards into crafting items, and then with other GF abilities that lets you refine those items into other things, you can convert those items into a shitload, and I mean a shitload of spells in then junction to your stats at a rate much, much faster, easier, and more consistent than Draw Palooza 99. And because you can equip multiple GFs to a single character, basically allowing you to junction magic to every stat without having to grind for specific junctions for an individual GF, this means that with just a little patience and know-how, you can make your party statistical juggernauts just by playing the fucking card game. Normally, with the winner or losing, you can give them a try. The prize costs is one card. But if you manage to win a game with the trade rule set at all, which is very easy to set up, you know, when you talk to them with the circuit, the all rule lets you win the entire hand your opponent played against you, which consequently also means if you're not careful, you can lose your entire hand of rare cards to the opponent. And I'm not saying that's what happened to me. No, I'm just resetting because we never. Fuck you. With proper setup, you can easily amass a shitload of cards as early as the opening area of the game because Bound Garden is swarming with a bunch of students who love to play Triple Triad. And with the right cards at your disposal, you can refine those into incredibly powerful spells that you're normally not supposed to have this early in the game, giving you such a substantial growth in your stats that once a shit not that statistical advantage guarantees the rest of a fucking game. Doubly so if you take the time to make Squall's ultimate weapon, the Lionheart, as early as the first disc, which is not at all hard to do. Shit, you might even have enough materials to make other incredibly strong weapons for the other party members too. Just by happenstance. With just a few sessions of Triple Triad, my characters, Squall especially, were basically indestructible. I was hitting foes with absurd damage, enemy attacks did next to nothing to me, and with how easy it was to manipulate limit breaks, bosses were a non-issue. Yes, limit breaks are back to 7 non-characters dish up a huge amount of paper and personal flair. But I guess I'll throw back to Final Fantasy VI. They're normally only available for incredibly power, and it doesn't always pop up once it's your turn, but here's the thing. An easy solution to this is just to spam the character switch button, because eventually you'll get the limit break common and then over. You see when a spell in this game called Aura that instantly gives you limit break regardless of your health, and that's not even what's on again. Most of my battles in Final Fantasy when I wasn't just smacking things at my gun was spamming limit breaks. Cell with Splurry and martial arts, Earth with the greatest special of all time, Gun, Renault with animal moves, Eustace with a great selection of blue magic, not as broken as the enemy skill materia in 7, but it's about on par with blue magic in Final Fantasy 5. You'll know it's equal with their gingivitis, or give them a fucking seizure with the generator. That's gonna hurt my eyes so much after that. I had to lower the capacity just to make sure I wasn't hurting myself. I'm gonna be real, I forgot what self did. I read that she has a limit break that kills anything in one hit, including bosses. Holy shit. But when you just don't kill fucking Swallows here with his flashy ass sword combos, bonus points if you get his Lion Heart finisher, because it's another chain of hits after you already did a large chain of hits. Slow down, Squall, fucking show off. You would think I was using a game truck and how many limit breaks I was using, or at least the boosters, but it was all through the means given to me in the game, and a part of me believes this is how the game was always meant to be played. ファイナルファンタジー8まだプレイしていない方には初めてやる楽しみだったので、カードを使った方法で Everyone I talk to that plays this game tells me they do the same exact shit. They farm Triple Triad for a bit to get the cards and items needed to junction a shitload of spells into their stats, so then they can easily make mincemeat out of enemies, all without having to kill anything, which, because the game's dynamic leveling, puts you at a major advantage over every regular enemy and every boss. The game encourages you to keep your levels low. You don't earn money for fights in this game. It's given to you just by traveling. And if you increase your seed and try to take it to successful from the fucking menu, whoosh, it's packed from the hands up online. Cheater! You're going to be swimming in so much fuel that you'll depress yourself realizing that you know, mandatory battles like boss fights don't give you any experience, just ability points for your GF. You can get Diablo's zero encounter ability very early, I'm just using the remaster's no encounter feature. When you don't just want to run away from encounters, you can do something like using the card ability that lets you transfer enemies from the triad cards, which still nets you ability points for your GF, and a new card that you can refine into spells, but more importantly, you get no experience points from it, so you can keep your levels low and your spell count up. I actively felt like shit whenever I gained experience points. This is totally Fox's suspicion. But no, it's because I knew the more I leveled up, the less of an advantage I was giving myself. This optional dungeon later, the Deep Sea Research Facility, it's where you can fight one of the game's optional bosses with the ultimate weapon. But the path to this guy is filled with a lot of mandatory encounters, which sadly give experience points to win. And man, that felt terrible. So I ended up resetting the game and just making sure I turned everything in hard so I could make my time with Ultimate Weapon a walking in the park. Hell, even Omega Weapon, the game's super boss, didn't stand much of a chance because on top of keeping levels low, using stuff like auras and deliveries all the time, if you play enough triple trial, it seems like the Gilgamesh card, you can convert that card into holy princess. This gives the whole party complete invincibility for several turns. What the fuck, man? That's so crazy. And admittedly, I did feel a little dirty fighting him like this, but then I looked at his HP guys. Fuck him, fuck his generals. Now, obviously, you'll still need to occasionally drop him, and you might find a better replacement for Junction, better stats on a win, or a spell that you simply didn't have access to at this point. And there's a lot of GFs in this game you can only obtain by drawing them out from certain bosses. So, make sure you still have the draw command on standby, and make sure you're not missing out on a potential GF, because otherwise, you have to wait until the end to get another shot. And if you're playing the remaster like I did, stocking up on spells via drawing is honestly not that terrible now, thanks to 3x speed feature. Oh my god. I know I touched upon this in earlier reviews, but 3x speed really is the unsung hero of these re-releases, because anything that cuts down on grind time that doesn't just involve activating cheats or boosters is a fucking life changer. And rest assured, I was using this feature literally both in and out of combat. But I also realized that when you get down to it, you're really just trading one full of grinding for another. If you're not farming spells from enemies with draw points, you're playing a lot of triple triad to get the items you need to make a lot of spells at once. And if you don't like triple triad, or don't find the idea of playing in a whole bunch of skill to stimulate, I don't know what to tell you. Now for me, I love triple triad. And I didn't think much of it originally, but it was brought back for Final Fantasy XIV, and those that know me know I played that game too fucking much, and know that I can't get enough of this fucking game. I make it a thing to keep up to date with new card releases every patch. I challenge all the new opponents when they're brought in, and I played so much of it that I have the card, which I call Gentle Attention. And it's legit one of my favorite mounts in the game. And I plan on doing it all over again with my Ramon. You have no idea what you're in for, little man. However, I find Final Fantasy VIII a hard sell if you're not into that, because of how everything is so tied into the junctions. Wrong things. Playing the game any other way is boring to me. Fuck, my earliest battles, I was still trying to improve something. I would use scan to see an enemy's weakness, and if I saw that I had accomplished spells, that is not the I'd use it. But then I realized, wait, shit, if I keep using spells, that's less stuff I have junctions in my stack, making I'm only making myself weaker by doing this. And I know it's not that difficult to replenish some of these spells, but the real good ones, the ones that give the best junction bonuses, no, I refuse to use them for combat, which only fed into my need to just limit and limit breaks from them. The one thing that gives everyone some manner of personality. I know there's this compatibility mechanic where characters have different affinities for certain GFs, but honestly, I'd argue that's completely negligible, because I managed to think just fine without thinking about it for a second, because I wasn't down with the idea of using those spells I grind so much just to stock for stat gains. How else could I define these characters outside of regular attacks, whatever GF they do, or limit breaks? I honestly don't know, and if more of the dedicated game players would like to elaborate on like how characters are inherently into certain roles, I love to do that because I just didn't see my adventure with Final Fantasy became very routine, very quickly. I'm finally clicking with the game after years of attempts, but now that I've actually finished the game, I wouldn't call it a one and done, but I'm really in no rush to play this, and it isn't just because of the comments. No, I want to stress that. To be honest, I found the world of Final Fantasy 18. It's but first off, the remaster did no favors to the overall design. It is hideous. You can see the texture tiling on mountains and forest areas. The colors are so drab, and this isn't so much a remaster issue, but God, the camera's so fucking close to this wall that I can barely see where I'm going. And this 3D map right here, and it's telling me shit. I just used the standard one, but hot damn, look at how much space it's going to take up. When the Balan Garden eventually gains the ability to fly, I'm in pain. I can't see anything. And the controls of this thing feel so stiff. It does become less of a hassle when you get the Ragnar, which, no shit, I think might be one of my favorite airships in the series now after I finally see it in action for myself. But I think we did this game earlier because traveling across the world, this badass building is more trouble than it's worth. Not for nothing though, the game's certainly not lagging on in and out of the world. And in a way, I find it complements the game's already surreal, bizarre nature. I mean, it's not exploding, but along your travels, you might run into, honest to God, UFO, you see this little guy in a shipload of place. You might feel cozy farming these cat parts for ability points now, until you're simply fighting against Jumbo one. Oh, that mustache is from so can't say I enjoyed the Chocobo stuff this time. There's nothing that's involved with Chocobo here in the store. Honestly, I'm still not sure how this Chocobo hunting game works. I tried for a while until I just gave up and let the kid do the work for me. I had plenty of money, why not? But all this for the Chocobo traveling is already outstanding and traveling gardens. I know there's an achievement for prior tags this. And if you're playing the Japanese version on PlayStation 1, I believe there's a side quest utilizing the pocket sleeve that was Japan only. And seeing as I don't have access to that, the Chocobo stuff in this game I just ignored. I'll make up for that in the next game though, believe me I will. Every major continent has several places of entry with the Tomb of the Unknown King, and the Brother and the Watch the Ghost. The central ruins where you can recruit both with the bank leading out of the time is really purifying too. It doesn't attack you at all like in Final Fantasy 4, but also like don't let the time come. But you still have like 8 minutes to jump as opposed to one last. Alright, I'll get the many strong start the second. Just a heads up on Odin though, he's not like the other GFs you don't equip his enemy. Instead, he'll randomly show up when the battle starts to deliver a one-hit kill. And while that's great, it's funny when it happens on something like the Ruby Dragon fight that the fights alone. If you're trying to farm spells, cards, or ability points while keeping levels low, you don't want this to happen because Odin kills you. You get experience points. Technically, 5 cycle slices in half. But then Gilgamesh makes his return from Final Fantasy V to take his place. Gilgamesh, I love you. Why? The ruins are also where you can get the Tom King GF. God, this is something complicated as far as Tom Bears until he shows up, and that's just like farming Tom Bears. Anyway, there's a set of islands in the Gulf of Colorado Islands closest to heaven and hell that contain the strongest hitting monsters in the game, but also have some of the best skills that you're just free to draw from. I love high-risk, high-reward places like this because when you play a card trade, you feel like a god. No one able to create my ship like my responsible here, I assure you, I'm in control. The story of the game will take you to many bustling locales with plenty of locals to play card games with, chat, or play card games with. From your standard small towns to gargantuan cities, I want to emphasize gargantuan because, goddamn, some of these places are just too damn big and confusing to navigate. Again, liberal use of that 3x speed feature, or maybe my patience is just running thin as I'm getting older. But I swear the default running speed didn't exactly feel like running speed, if you feel me. And it just ain't the size. Sometimes I struggle just trying to find the exit to some of these screens. To really only feedback the character content user interface. They look fine, great, but they totally think with Mr. T knockoff and wants to stop Shinra, but after his arc, he's actually doing it more for the planet and Marlene's sake now. Becoming considerably less selfish than the very corporation he's trying to take down. And I think this kind of subtle, layered writing can be applied to almost every character.